it. Peace. Alright, man, enough of that. So I'm sure everybody heard the news today that came out about TDE having some lawsuits filed against them. And I'm not gonna lie, it's been very, 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 very quiet on the internet. And it's like, how come when these niggas have news or something to say about Drake, the timeline is filled with just people from all different walks of life just saying bullshit, like just saying stuff, tweeting stuff, starting narratives. It's funny, I saw a tweet today from this guy on Twitter named Ryan Nice. I guess he's been like a big, I don't know, Kendrick supporter during this whole thing. And he made a tweet saying about Drake's tour saying, he made a tweet about Drake's tour saying, oh, this tour was struggling to sell out a 12,000 person arena. And then he locked off his like replies so people could only reply to him in quote tweets. And if you know Twitter, a lot of people don't go to the quote tweets to look at stuff because if you're not seeing the comments right away, you're probably just not going to go and check everything. And he basically locked off all the replies because he knows like it's bullshit. All the shows are pretty much sold out. And I think he had moved one of the dates or something in New Zealand or something like that. But I digress. So this news came out. Let me go to it. So 2 women have sued Top Dog Entertainment executives and employees alleging sexual harassment and assault. The lawsuit claims TDE management turned a blind eye to the allegations and described a pervasive culture of sexual harassment within TDE, implicating some of its highest ranking executives. The first plaintiff, who joined TDE in 2019, accuses CMO Brandon Tiffith of unwanted sexual advances and battery, while alleging a pattern of ongoing sexual harassment by TDE co-president Anthony Musa Tiffith Jr., who is the son of TDE's founder. The second plaintiff claims multiple instances of sexual harassment and assault by TDE employees on company property. She also describes an incident where she was allegedly coerced into consuming alcohol while underage for the purpose of sexual exploitation. So this came out a few hours ago. And as expected, like obviously the people that support Drake, the Drake communities on Twitter, they've been, tweeting about this, referencing the Heart Part 6 where Drake was saying, when we're ready to get to the facts and stuff, just saying stuff like just, and from what I've seen, it's like the accounts that usually tweet out in support of Kendrick's, like they've been quiet as hell. I even noticed one of the, I think it's the community account or the main mod for the community, the main mod for the Kendrick Lamar community account, basically saying, she tweeted out, or the person, whoever it is, they tweeted out, it's a PG Lang thing anyways. And then somebody quoted a tweet from her 2 months ago basically saying TD is such a great label, it's this, it's that, blah blah blah. So it's like, that's one thing I hate about, that's one thing that I've noticed throughout this whole saga of beef I dislike about Kendrick fans, because when something happens to Drake, they're gonna get on Drake and do this and do that. And truthfully, from what I've seen from Drake fans, like a lot of times if something happens and if there's any, chance of the opposite side, as you would say, of them being right, like they'll acknowledge that. But when it comes to stuff like this, when something comes out, and Kendrick's probably not directly involved in this, but TD, even though it's not his label anymore, they're still closely tied in. Like there's pictures of Top and those guys at the rehearsal for the Super Bowl, so it's like they're still closely tied in. Like all those guys were in the Not Like Us video, so it's not like they stopped talking to each other after Kendrick left TDE. So I don't know, seeing this come out, and I don't know where this is gonna go. This could be false, this could be an attempt at money or whatever the case is, but you got to treat everything like this is coming out on a lot of like news networks and blogs and stuff, so you got to treat everything with like the possibility that it's real. And I'm not seeing that from Kendrick Lamar supporters. They're basically saying, oh yeah, well that's why he left TD, he's PG Lang anyways, this doesn't matter, it's not related to Kendrick, blah blah blah. It's like, but he's still associating with these people. So where, at what point do you guys start to be take accountability as fans and say, yeah, this looks kind of shady. Like, let's see how this plays out, but it does look kind of shady. Instead of saying, oh yeah, no, this has nothing to do with him. Like, he's not involved with them anyways. Like, TD is not his label anymore. So, oh, and there's more here. The complaint also accuses TD of failing to honor a contract between its president and the first Jane Doe to pay her for professional services. The second plaintiff has alleged multiple instances of sexual harassment and assault by TD employees while on TD property and under their control. And so I read that one before. And then they're being represented by this attorney. Yeah, and it's like, I don't know, man. Y'all got to take accountability. Like, if something comes out that makes whatever side of the war you're on look bad, like, you got to take accountability and say, oh shit, like, if this is real, this makes that side look bad. And yes, Kendrick's name is not directly related in it, but still, you know, it's still his former label, it's still his label, it's still his cohorts, still his associates, just like with the Dr. Dre situation and him speaking on the beef. And he's had multiple allegations in the past, or not even allegations, he's had multiple instances in the past of like domestic situations. So yeah, no, I mean, y'all gotta take accountability for this, bro. Even if it's not true, like the fact that it's coming out, just admit like, yo, this looks kind of weird, and then, you know, wait till it actually develops into something. If it doesn't, then it doesn't, you guys, you know. But if it does, then it's like you guys got to take accountability for it and say, yeah, this was a fucked up situation. So I don't know, man. Let me know what you guys think. I think this makes TD look crazy, and now I'm wondering how this is gonna play out in terms of like the Super Bowl. Are those guys even gonna be at the Super Bowl, or is it gonna be a bad look for them to even, like, they posted pictures with Day Free at their rehearsal? Like, is it gonna be like they're gonna have to kind of wait till this dies down? The Super Bowl's what, 8 days away, 9 days away, and so it's gonna be interesting to see how this plays out or what happens because of this. But yeah, let me know what you guys think, man. This is interesting. Let's see how it develops.